Basically, what's on my mind? Well, I've been kind of shifting mindset lately, going from a scarcity mindset to more of an abundance. Scarcity mindset being that you aren't enough. Like internally, you're like, I'm not enough and I gotta get better. You look at how the world is, or you look at other people, or you're like, I'm not good enough and I need to do something about it. So you could apply that in maybe like learning a skill or learning a sport. And so that was like me, that was my mindset of prior in the past, where that is what kind of motivated me to want to pursue personal development, because there's probably subconsciously, unconscious motive there that was telling myself that I'm not good enough. I need to do this to be either accepted or feel at peace or secure with myself. And now I'm shifting gears. Now I'm moving towards more of an abundance mindset. So that being that it's all about making affirmations of like who you are and what you already have, but it's more so feeling good enough already, like being at peace with yourself now in the present moment, instead of thinking about in the future and thinking about, oh, I could be here when I'm really just here right now, which creates a lot of anxiety and fears in yourself. And instead being like, I'm here and I'm good enough, and that's all that matters. It's like mindfulness, like being in the present moment, feeling like you have a sense of fulfillment in oneself. And I think a lot of that comes down to like the reason why we come in with this like scarcity mindset is we live in a marketplace. We live in me personally, I live in a capitalistic America. And the market tells us that we're not good enough. They want us to feel insecure in ourselves because they want us to buy into whatever message, product, service that they're offering, because it's like, oh, if I buy that commodity or whatever it is, then I'm going to feel at peace with myself. But it keeps that cycle going of this scarcity mindset where it's like, I need to keep buying more and more and more. And that's where like materialism comes out. And I don't want to do that anymore. I'm just like being more wise, I guess, in my understanding of how the economy works now, and how I don't want to be a product of the economy. I want to change my mindset. I want to be at peace, really, is what it comes down to. And I'm still figuring it out. I don't know 100% how to go about maintaining that mindset. I just kind of have gained this sense of awareness as to why I might be having insecurities, or I might be having anxieties, or I might have this like pit of something inside of me that like doesn't feel right. And now it's like coming to conscious awareness with that and realizing that maybe it's because I'm having a scarcity mindset. And instead, maybe I should be making affirmations telling myself that I'm good enough and I have the power and I have the fulfillment and skills and ambitions to be able to pursue whatever I want, kind of thing. I know it gets kind of wishy-washy because, I mean, kind of in reality, you do need to obtain the skills to be able to be a good guitar player or be able to be a good business owner, you know? So there's a level, and that's the thing that kind of like gets to us, man. It's like, in order for us in this practical reality to achieve things, we need to get better in a sense, but at the same time, it's like it's mindset. Like, we have the power of our subjective minds to control how we think, and we can use our subjective minds to change the external reality. So even though maybe in my external reality, being like the people, places, not even that, it's like more so this physical world with like trying to obtain skills, trying to get money, trying to feed the family, meet your basic needs and stuff like that. That's like the external reality. And then the internal reality being like the subjective mind. So the subjective mind with your beliefs, your thoughts, your emotions. And so we have this like dichotomy, this spectrum of like internal subjectivity and external objectivity, and it's being able to program your subjective experience to come from a place of abundance to then pursue the external reality, the physical reality, and bring abundance to that physical reality. So yeah, you might in the external reality have to develop those skills, have to develop those talents, have to get a certain level of capital to like meet the requirements for your business. But all along that process, you are internalized with abundance, this place of affirmations like I am good enough, I am strong enough, I am skilled enough to be able to do this in the external reality. So it's just important, I think, to keep those two things separate, the subjective reality experience versus the objective experience, and to approach the objective experience with this abundance mindset. And so that's essentially it. I just wanted to get my thoughts out there. Like, the whole point of this video series is to just journal what's on my mind on the daily, on the weekly, and just get my thoughts out there on the ether of the internet. And I think that has some insight to it. I think there's some importance in that, the shift from scarcity mindset to abundance mindset. And also it's like understanding, why do we even have a scarcity mindset to begin with? Well, it's probably because American capitalism creates insecurities in us if we don't come from a place of abundance mindset. And I think to harness that ability, it's important to maybe step away from the marketplace, step away from capitalism for a little bit. And that's like why we preach with BOHO HOBO to go outdoors, adventure, go into nature, detach yourself from the system a little bit, so then you can formulate this mindset of affirmations, of like the law of attraction stuff, of like feeling at peace, good, just feeling secure in yourself. And then you approach the system or capitalism with that mindset to try to make those I'm making a connection here. So it's like you go off into nature and you formulate that abundance mindset, and you formulate your vision, and in your subjective experience you already have it. It's like you imagine it and it comes true in your mind, and now you just take that mindset, that blueprint, with you into the external reality of the capitalistic system, and you just make it come true in the external reality. But all along that process, you already knew that was going to happen. You already could envision it, you could taste it, you could feel it in your subjective experience. But the whole point of like bringing it to come true, to fruition in the external reality, is to just share that subjective experience with everyone else in humanity. And so yeah, that's essentially it. And to kind of like overview this whole thing, again, the transition from scarcity mindset to abundance mindset is a arduous journey, but all it takes is a shift in mindset. And fortunately for us, the subjective experience that we all have is able to be changed based on the beliefs that we have to be able to make that change. And the more reasons, the more rationale you have for choosing to believe those ideologies or ideas in your head, the easier it is to make that transition. So that's a whole nother topic, but like, how can we shift the subjective mind? And a lot of that has to do with this like pairing of emotions and logic. And when we kind of figure out, okay, yeah, this experience that I'm going through isn't good, maybe you need to shift that mindset to perceive it to be meaningful or purposeful in a different light. because there's a good reason why. And that the power of subjectivity is powerful, but it's also something that takes a little bit of training to be able to control. And that's what like meditation does for us. It trains the mind to be at peace with oneself, so we can pursue the world with this abundance mindset. So I hope all of that information was insightful for you. It definitely was a lot of different topics kind of like condensed into one packaged thing. But that's what these journals are about. It's just like taking all of this information that I'm taking in throughout the day, and like all my thoughts, and trying to package it in this way that can be communicated to everyone. And yeah, I hope it brought some value, and I hope you have a good day. Peace.